we're reporting total revenues of 19 billion baht, up about 10% from the year before. That's mainly from the restaurant business increase of 4%, retail business increase of almost 100%, mainly because we fully consolidated the financial statements of our retail business into Minor International in the year 2010. And the hotel business is up about 2%. In terms of EBITDA, we're reporting EBITDA of 3.6 billion baht in the year 2010, down about 4% from the year before, mainly because of the hotel business that has been impacted by the political situation in Thailand in April and May of this year. And for the net profit, we're reporting 1.24 billion baht of net profit. Again, the same thing because of the political situation in Thailand and also the softening of the economy in Europe as well. But if you see, in the second and third quarter, we were hit by the political situation, but in the fourth quarter, the performance is beginning to pick up, and we reported about 240% increase from third quarter of last year. Now we go into 2010 business updates and 2011 outlook. This is a picture of our residence unit of St. Regis, which will be opened along with the hotel in April of this year. This is the show unit of the residence that is already being on sale at the moment. For the financial performance of the hotel and mixed-use business, we have peaked in the year 2008 at about 7.7 billion baht. That was mainly because of the occupancy of, our high occupancy of almost 70%, and also because we had the sale of our residence unit, which was the estate Samui in Samui, and because of that, our EBITDA was as high as 3 billion baht in the year 2008. With the year 2011 going forward, with our St. Regis coming online, we'll also be recognizing the sales from St. Regis. So our EBITDA will also be picking up because of that as well. We go into the statistics of Mint's hotel business. For the past 2 years, we've recorded occupancy of about 52%, stable for the past 2 years. But if we look into a bit more detail, Marriott is about the same occupancy at about 63%, both in 2009 and 2010. But having said that, in Bangkok, the occupancy has been down a bit because of the political situation in 2010. But it's been compensated by better performance of the beach hotels like in Hua Hin and in Pattaya. Four Seasons occupancy has been down a bit, from about 48% in 2009 to about 45% in 2010. That's also mainly because of the close down of the Four Seasons Bangkok for 2 months in April and May of 2010. But for Anantara, we've seen better occupancy from 45% in 2009 to about 47% in 2010. These are mainly because the Anantara hotels are in the beach destinations like in Hua Hin, Phuket, Samui, Bali, and Abu Dhabi, and these are doing very well. Occupancy, as you can see for the quarter trend, it's been picking up from 41% in second quarter to about 57% in fourth quarter of this year, again from all the beach destination hotels like Hua Hin, Phuket, Abu Dhabi, Maldives, and Bali as well. Looking at the outlook of the hotel, in the year 2010, we're seeing record high of tourist arrivals to Thailand of about almost 16 million people, up about 12% from the year before. And if you look at the graph below, the last 3 months are the months that are picking up with the momentum is picking up, especially in December when the emergency decree was lifted. And we're also forecasting an increase of almost 10% going into year 2011 as well. And looking at the feeder market of the tourist market into Thailand. Although there are three markets that are on a declining trend, which is Japan, US, and UK, mainly because of their own economic problem, as well as Japan and US are very sensitive with the political situation in Thailand. But other markets have more than made up the decline. China is up 45%. Korea is up 32%. Germany, even with the economy in Europe, is also up by about 7%. Russia is up by 81%, and India is up by 29%. And if we look at Mint's feeder market, all the regions are up except the Americas, and the regions that are up more than make up the decline in the American market. Like in East Asia, the drivers are China and Taiwan, which are up about 20 and 16%. For the European market, Russia is also our big driver, up at about 57%. Germany is up 12%. For South Asia, India has been our big market as well. It's up about 34%. For Oceania, Australia is up by about 37%. And Middle East is mainly driven by UAE, of about 70% increase over the past year. So if you look at the customer mix from 2007 to now, it's gradually changed from the Americans has been declined from 14% in 2007 to about 11%, while Europeans down from 40% to 36%. But at the same time, East Asia is up from 18% to 23%, and Middle East is now 7% of our total feeder market. We've also been asked a lot about the supply of hotels in Bangkok. We do have there are many sources and many definitions of the luxury hotels in Bangkok, but from what we could conclude is that in 2010, 2011, and 2012, the supply is up by about 10 to 15% per year. And after that, it'll be better with less hotels in the pipeline. But there are some factors that will help alleviate this supply issue. If you look at the Bangkok tourist arrival, the trend has been very encouraging. In 2010, the traffic is up by about 10% to about 10 million people arriving into Thailand this year. Other than that, Mint also has its strengths in the hotel business that will be resilient for our revenue growth. The first one is we have premier locations and properties. We have strong brand awareness. We have 2 Anantaras in Bangkok, one in Ratchaprasong, Ban Ratchaprasong, and the other one we just recently signed and rebranded in December of last year at Anantara Sathorn. And we also have our 4 Seasons, our St. Regis that will be opened this year, and also Marriott brand. We also have worldwide network in terms of sales rep. We have sales rep in Europe, in Hong Kong, and also in Singapore. And we have our long experience also brings us, operating efficiency in managing hotels. So with that, for the outlook of the year 2011, we are expecting our occupancy to increase from about 52% in 2010 to about 60 to 63% in 2011. And for the ADR, we are hoping that it'll be about sideways or up about 1 to 2% in 2011. For our expansion plan for the hotel business, for this year, we're opening 2 new hotels. One is Anantara Kihava in the Maldives, and also the other one is St. Regis Hotel in Bangkok, which will be open in April of this year. And we have 4 other hotels that are under Elewana brand, which is in Africa. And for the management contract, we also have 6 other hotels that will be open this year. We signed Anantara Phangan and Anantara Vietnam in December of last year. That'll be rebranded within this year into Anantara. We also have 2 Anantaras in UAE, one in China, and also one in Bali. And in the year 2012, we're opening another Anantara in Sri Lanka.